All right, Shalom. I'm going to start by saying, Halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all of Akim. Continue to preach your truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick. So, a couple things I want to get into, and through the spirit, obviously, in lieu of what's going on right now with the war in Iran, between Iran, America, the small hats, and just the toll and effect it's having on the whole global economy, especially over here in the East and throughout the planet. Because like they said 20% of the oil trade goes through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, was it February 28th when this all started? And after that, shortly after, Iran shut down the Strait of Hormuz. Now it's been shut down ever since, and basically it's taking its toll already. Gas prices have shot up a little bit. They say the price of food is gonna go up, and basically to the heart of the matter, countries are gonna start running out of fuel. Now I got a couple articles. As the title reads, airlines set to run out of fuel in weeks, and Slovenia is pumps run dry. Now I came across a couple articles from Inside Headlines, so I looked up the article. And first, I'm gonna read the AI overview, and Lord willing to be edifying. I'm gonna go into second address because it plays a lot into what is said in second address about, man should desire to go into a city, running into sedition among men, running up into people's houses for men shall run up in men's houses for lack of bread, because with the major part of the supply chain of oil being shut down like this, that's going to cause shortages and famines, and basically things of necessity will be hard to get access to. So this is the AI overview, and it says airlines worldwide are warning that jet fuel supplies could run dry within weeks due to soaring prices and supply chain disruptions caused by the 2026 Iran crisis, which has restricted tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. Fuel costs have roughly doubled, prompting carriers like United Airlines to cut flights and prepare for potential massive operational disruption. Now remember, aside from the oil stuff, you got the whole stuff with with America anyway, with the TSA, the employees working and not getting paid. So you got that on top of, you got just bullshit, just mad shit on top of mad shit. And what the scripture says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not ill. It seems like it's just getting worse and worse for this place. And that's the Lord, that's YAHAWAH BAHASHAM breaking this place down because he's about to destroy it. So it says, impending shortages, airline executives warn that fuel supplies could run out within weeks rather than months if the conflict persists. Now, Iran already said that they're not going to open the Strait of Hormuz unless America basically compensates them for the damages they've done. And as of right now, they're still fighting. All right? It says U.S. jet fuel prices have more than doubled from approximately $2.17 to $4.56 per gallon as of late March 2026. So as of March 2026, it says gas was it said $2.17, and now it's damn near $5. So it's double, basically. So and that's just over the course of what I guess is the fourth week we're into now of this war with Iran. And I guess it's the third, fourth week that the Strait of Hormuz has been closed. And just like that, look at the major toll it's taking on the whole earth. Not just the Middle East, not just the countries everybody, man. Because it's all about buying and selling, trading goods. Now, if the shift, with this being closed, it's taking a toll on the world economy, man. The global economy, man. Excuse me. So it says, I don't know what the fuck. It says United Airlines is cutting roughly, I don't know what the fuck. It got $2 signs and a percentage. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. So it says, of its schedule due to the surge targeting off-peak and specific international routes. Supply chain disruption. The conflict has disrupted traffic in the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial shipping lane carrying roughly 20 million barrels of oil per day. So I guess that's not happening right now. Because it's complete. I want to say it's actually completely shut down. Now I don't know if I know they let a couple. I think they had let India, and I heard somebody might have been letting China and Russia, but I haven't heard much about this being actually open. It says Scandinavian carrier SAS is scaling back services due to high costs, while others considering reducing flights to conserve fuel. So that's what we see. The airlines. So that's what travel. Matter of fact, let's get that. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse. Oh yeah, 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 17, and it reads, "A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able." You know, yeah. So yeah, 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 17, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." So you got people, if you're going on an a trip, vacation, you have a desire to go to whatever the destination that you seek. And now if they're talking about delayed flights or cutting flights entirely, so that means that you can't be able to go into the city. So we're not even talking about checkpoints yet. We're not even talking about martial law. We're just talking about economic. We're talking about like global trade messing up the day-to-day for all these countries all in the world. Just like that. Just 3 or 4 weeks of the Strait of Hormuz closed, you got airlines talking about cutting back costs to reserve fuel. I don't never remember hearing that before in my lifetime about them trying to preserve fuel. I've never heard that. Can't say there was never an issue, but this issue has become an issue and very quickly. And it's only going to get worse if this persists. I heard this one Edomite, he said that if this persists, the way it is now, if it keeps like this up until September, then gas can hit to $8 to $12 a gallon. Now, mind you, they said it here. Where's it at? It says U.S. jet fuel. This is the AI overview. It says U.S. jet fuel prices have more than doubled from approximately $2.17 to $4.56 per gallon as of late March 2026. So March, this started the last day of February. So it doubled in the course of a few weeks or something. Because I last remember in February, like, you know, mid-February, late February, whatever, it was like 290, it was like 290 something. I want to say roughly. You know what I'm saying? You know, pushing the $3, you know? But or so, it was $3 in some places, but it was like high twos in like February. So if you have that, and now it's damn near $5 average. So that means what? Diesel's going up. Airline jet fuel. See? It says airlines are scrambling to hedge against further shortages, but the tightening market, largely driven by the conflict in the Middle East, is forcing quick action to mitigate standard aircraft or mass immediate service halts. Because remember, and we're coming to the time where people want to start traveling more. And Iranians even said, he said like, yo, if they're gonna continue to fuck with us, we're gonna fuck shit up. We're gonna close the Strait of Hormuz. They said they want to get it to where, hell, we'll get it to where a barrel will be like $200 a barrel. And what did YAHAWASHI say? These are the beginning of sorrows. We're not even talking about the MOTB. This is just getting started. This is gonna seep in. This is gonna have Jacob Trouble seep in. This is gonna have the Mark of the Beast seep on, get up in here, man. These are all we are in the last day prophecies being fulfilled. And what did the Lord say? The Lord said, "In the end it shall speak." Hold on. Excuse me. Okay, so here's an article. Okay. It's a couple articles. It's Fox News. Okay, so we got Fox News. This is from, this is from today, I think. Yeah, I think today's the 23rd. Oh, yeah, it does. It says 3 hours ago. So this says jet fuel prices soar as airline warns supplies could run dry within weeks. So it says jet fuel prices in the U.S. have more than doubled in a matter of weeks as Middle East tensions squeeze supply, fueling concerns airlines could run short of fuel. See that? It said it's doubled in a matter of weeks. Doubled. So it means in a couple more weeks it could double again. That means it'll be up to $8. Because you think about it, if it said it double in the course of a few weeks, so in the course of another few weeks, is it going to double again? Is it going to double again or double again? All right. It says prices jumped from $2.17 to $4.56 per gallon by March 20th, according to the Argus U.S. Jet Fuel Index. Airlines warn inventories could run dry within weeks, raising the risk of higher airfares and flight cancellations. So now it's going to talk. Imagine your desire to go into a city and not be able to, because people fly to get to places, man. We're coming to the springtime, summertime, all the festive and shit like that. Oops. Hold on one second. Yeah, Slovakia. Oops. Fuck. Oh, don't tell me. I got. Damn it. Nah, fine. So like, bear with me. Hold up. Here we go. So back to it. So it says airlines. Okay, yeah. So it says airlines are already adjusting. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby said the carrier will cut about 5% of planned flights in the near term as fuel costs surge, warning that if prices persist, jet fuel alone could add $11 billion in annual expenses. United is also scaling back service during off-peak periods and suspending select international routes, including Israel and Dubai, due to the conflict. Meanwhile, Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian said on Tuesday that jet that jet fuel that jet fuel spike added as much as $400 million in costs in March alone. Speaking at a JP Morgan industrial conference, Bastian said airlines are moving quickly to pass those higher costs on through fare increases. See, it always get trickled down to the consumer. American Airlines expect fuel to add about $400 million to its first quarter expenses. The impact is also spreading beyond U.S. carriers. European airline chief, including executives from Lufthansa and Air France KLM, warned Thursday that a prolonged conflict in the Middle East will push fares higher and strain already tight fuel supplies, with some cautioning that jet fuel could run out if disruptions persist. So we're not talking about they could run out of fuel, they're saying. So that means nobody's flying anywhere. And that goes back into I just read, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 17. And it reads, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. See there? And that's what's going to happen, because why? If nothing's getting transported, that means food not getting, that means if jet fuel and the airline, that means the truckers, these trucking companies, they're going to feel the pinch of the high high jumping fuel prices. So it's not going to just be, they're just fighting and then that's it, man. The fighting trickles down on the global economy, especially since you have oil involved and you have the Strait of Hormuz, which is closed, which they said is about 20% of oil trade. That's a lot of trade. And remember, if people are affected, a country is affected, whoever does business, whatever those countries are affected. So that's why the Lord said, yo, like that's why it should be like sedition among men, because you got people talking about they want Trump to stop this war. Matter of fact, let's read that. I'm going to start at verse 14. So there's a book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14. And it says, woe to the world. And what world are we in right now? We're in Esau's world. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what you're going to start having. You're going to start having civil unrest. You're going to have these citizens coming after their officials. You already got the MAGA people talking about they want Trump to stop this war. Everybody wants this war to stop because the strain is putting on the world. But that's the thing about it. This is World War III. And Iran told them, like, yo, if y'all attack us, we're gonna close the Strait of Hormuz. And they went and did it anyway. So that's why, and then hold up, got another article I wanted to bring out. Hold up, was there any more in this? Oh, it says airlines are already acting on those pressures. Air France KLM plans to raise long-haul ticket prices, while Cathay Pacific and several Asian carriers are increasing fuel surcharges. SAS said it will cancel about 1,000 flights in April due to rising costs, while Qantas and Thai Airways are also adjusting fares and schedules. You see that? And it's all going to trickle down to the consumer. They said they hike fare prices, ticket prices. It said jet fuel, one of airlines' largest expenses, is especially volatile due to thin inventories, specialized storage, and limited spot trading, which can amplify price swings when supply tightens. That sensitivity is now in focus as traders watch the Strait of Hormuz, where tanker traffic has slowed to a crawl as regional tensions intensify. Just 21 miles wide at its narrowest, the waterway between Iran, the United Arab Emirates, and Oman is a critical energy choke point. The waterway carries roughly 20 million barrels of oil per day and about 1/5 of global liquefied natural gas, along with significant volumes of jet fuel. See? Significant volumes of jet fuel. These oils will make the world go round, literally. Traveling, with the whole stuff with the fertilizer. They were talking about I guess farmers or whatever talking about halting production of fruits and vegetables due to the war that's going on, man. Because all this stuff needs fuel, all this stuff. Fuel is a major part of how the economy and the world and whatnot, it stays rolling. You know? It said the Middle East exports about 1.1 million barrels per day of jet fuel, roughly 17% of global consumption, according to Jamie Brito, Executive Director of Refining and Oil Products at Opus. With supplies already stretched, even minor disruptions could quickly tighten the market and keep fuel prices elevated. So just like they said, it doubled in the course of a couple of weeks. It went from $2-something, it went from like $2.17, $2.20 to $4.56. So damn near $5. Damn near doubled. Damn near doubled. In the course of a couple of weeks. So what's going to happen in the next few weeks? What is going to really happen? Is it going to double again? That's it on that. Was it Slovenia? I hope I don't need no. Okay, so we have, now this is from Reuters, and it's about the second joint. So it's about Slovenia. So it says Slovenia limits fuel purchases as some pumps run dry. Now I seen something in the AI overview. Hold up. It said that Slovenia is the first country of the EU to what does it say? Yeah, Slovenia becomes first EU country to introduce fuel rationing. Now remember, Slovenia, part of the EU, and the EU is the beast, pertaining to Revelation, the 17th chapter. And remember, it said that the beast shall hate the whore. Now we're coming to the time like prophecies are really unfolding, because this is going to probably be a major way how the beast will hate the whore. The beast, the 10 kings being the EU/NATO countries, their other Edomite counterparts, Saints' house is divided. This is how they're gonna hate the whore, because now what? They're messing up the flow of things, man. The oil flow, to be exact. All right, but let me get this article real quick. Where you at? So it says I ain't even going to try to pronounce that shit. Love Jub Lana, whatever. Slovenia on Sunday temporarily limited fuel purchases to tackle shortages at the pump caused in part by cross-border fueling and stockpiling due to the Iran war, raising concerns about security of supplies just as the country goes to the polls. Fueling at individual service stations has been restricted to 50 liters per day for private vehicles and 200 liters for companies and other priority users such as farmers. Prime Minister Robert Galab announced on Saturday evening. It said the restrictions will stay in force until further notice. Let me reassure you that there's enough fuel in Slovenia. The warehouses are full and there will be no fuel shortages, said Golab, a liberal who was standing against right-wing populist Janez Janša in an election on Sunday. It says at an emergency session on Sunday, the government accused retailer Petrol, the largest Slovenian oil distribution company in which the state has a 32.3% stake, of failing to eliminate disruptions in fuel distribution and order an inquiry into possible violations in fuel trading and the management of critical infrastructure. It also called on the Slovenian Sovereign Wealth Fund to request a meeting of Petrol shareholders and asked for a special audit of the company's logistics operations after March 16th. The government ordered the Interior Ministry to submit a report to law enforcement agencies due to possible grounds for suspicion of criminal offenses by Petrol staff. So now you got some funny business going on. And if this guy, and one of these motherfuckers talking about, oh, there's gonna be no oil shortage, or there's not gonna be no fuel shortage, and we have plenty of fuel, so why are you rationing it then? It says Petro rejected the government accusations, saying in a statement published by state news agency STA, the problems at some sale points were solely the result of a sudden hike in demand in recent days. It rebutted any suggestion or irregularities or responsibility for shortages at stations. So it sounds like it's trouble in paradise. It said the company has a crisis coordination group that continuously monitors the situation and adjusts measures to stabilize supply. Petro said, and you're going to have a lot of funny business going on soon. Shit, probably already. Because everybody's going to be trying to, get what they can for themselves, man. That's what the scriptures say. It says what? It says men shall be lovers of themselves. It's going to be on survivor mode. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Why is that? Why is a man not going to have pity upon his neighbor? Because why? Everybody's going to be in a dire strait. And it's going to be, hey, the survival of the fittest. It's going to be, I need that. I can get that. I'm going to get that by any means necessary. And you're going to have people that's not in the spirit of YAHAWASHI and don't trust in YAHAWASHI that he'll take care of you in those days. And that's why the elect, Lord wanted to be part of the elect. And that's why the elect is going to be good. Because we know that we're going to get hungry. We know we're going to get thirsty. We're going to need the same things that a normal human being would need. But the Lord is going to say what? Woe unto them in this world that the cares of this world. Roughly paraphrasing. The great calamities we got calamities here. This is a calamity. This is literally legit a calamity, man. So you talk about airlines are going to run out of fuel. Countries rationing, fuel companies in Slovenia rationing fuel. But then they say, oh, we have enough oil, but you're rationing it. Because why? They don't know how long it's going to persist. And eventually oil could get used quick. Because oil is used daily, hourly, every minute, all day, every day, man. That's literally that they literally use oil is used for commerce, man. So everybody's always buying and selling and having a deal about oil. Okay, so it says the company has a crisis coordination group that continuously monitors the situation and adjusts measures to stabilize supply, Petro said. GoLab said the Army would be called in to help retailers move supplies. The government also recommended that retailers prepare special measures for foreign drivers without being specific. That's pretty much it. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, there you go. There you go. Sedition among men. Great calamities. It says, let me jump up. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 12. And it reads, Egypt, and what is America known as? Spiritually Sodom and Egypt, Revelation 11 chapter. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 11. And it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. But he's talking about, and this deliverance, but he's referencing the last past Egypt in the time of Moses and Pharaoh. But who's the them? The Israelites. Starting with the elect, because the elect of Israel is going to be delivered out of the calamities and out of the out of Jacob's troubles, out of the perils, man. The elect, the Lord said, "Well, I shall keep my elect." However he do it, however he see fit, he gonna do it. All right, but he's gonna destroy this place. We continue on in 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 12, and it says, "Egypt shall mourn." Is not Egypt mourning right now? Is not America not mourning right now? When you got farmers, you got regular people talking about the gas prices, and then we know why it's like this, because why this war that America started on the behalf of the small heads, who's Amalek. Now that's why the Lord said, what? You should be greatly despised, man. That's why they said that they should not regard their kings nor their princes, man. Because their kings and their princes is all fun, it's all behind this shit. Because why? They're behind Amalek. All right? It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that YAHAWASHI shall bring upon it. And that's what's happening right now. It's places being destroyed from within, and then it's going to be destroyed with thermonuclear destruction. You got everybody, the whole shit with the Epstein files and everything just going to shit. And we're now coming to a point where the things being exposed is too harsh and too fucked up to come back from, man. This not gonna be like all this gets exposed, how the Lord lift up the skirt and all your treacherous, all your sorcery, all your enchantments is all been exposed, and then you're gonna go back into ruling? No, the Lord is exposing it because he about to take you out the power seat. You've been exposed for your corruption, for your evil, for your wickedness. And I'm talking about to you fucking Edomites, man. Because this is your kingdom. And first and foremost, starting with them small hats, them Amalekites, man. You elites. That's who YAHAWASHI is going to deal with person. When YAHAWASHI come back, he's going to put y'all kings. Y'all going to be the kings and the nobles, man. That thought you was going to rule forever, thought their house shall continue forever. But they forgot. They didn't consider the letter N. And now you got the prophets of YAHAWASHI out here preaching in the names of YAHAWASHI, condemning this place, condemning this kingdom. You can't come back from this. What's going to happen? The truth is out. The truth is out, and the truth has been out. And that's why, and the truth keeps coming out more and more, and that's why they go more and more with their cruel wrath. Because they know they have but a short time. And the days are flying by. I remember when it was just damn near 5 o'clock yesterday evening. And that was almost 7 o'clock now. Then it's going to be on to the next. And who knows? And remember, they said the gas prices raised, doubled it within weeks. This thing has only been going on for 4 weeks. And they said it's already doubled. All right? But continuing on, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 13, it said, hey, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell and with the fearful consolation. But hey, they that till the ground, what? These farmers. So they might not be able to till the ground because they say the whole thing what's going on over there, the trader moves, has something to do with the fertilizer. So that's what the farmers use. The fuel. You're not gonna be able to what's the joints, the tractors and whatnot. The thing that actually does the tilling. You know them big wheel things, the heavy machinery. All that takes fuel to operate. You have to gas it up. They don't have electric ones of that. Not that I know of. So it's going, and this is all this. So this is a trickle down effect, and that's why the Lord said, "What they shall mourn." Oh, but anyway. So they that till the ground shall mourn. The 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 13, it said, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hell with the fearful consolation. Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Is this not some woeful activities happening? It is not destructive? So they talk about if this persists, you'll have a global economy of collapse. So you know, and it's just gonna keep getting worse. It's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse. All right. Verse 15 of 2nd Ezra chapter 15, it says, "Woe, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh." For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. So what else is going? Why is this even going on? Why is these prices going on? Because of a war. Because the sword is being drawn already. There's bombs, rockets, missiles already being shot over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. Over there in the land of Israel. Excuse me. To where those imposters are in our land. But what is the Lord doing? He's renting them out. And they're going to try to do whatever their 15-minute cities or whatever. But the Lord said, what? You shall build, but I shall tear down, man. You ain't going to have no more kingdom, Esau. It's done. It's over for you. You'll never rule again. You other nations are never going to rule again. The time to come, the world without end is going to be under Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, with YAHAWASHI on the earth, ruling in righteousness, man. That's what's to come. That's what's coming to the earth. That's going to be the global reset. All right? For swords in the hand. It says, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. So it means it's going to be very much a civil unrest. They should not regard their kings nor their princes. Trump, Vance, your vice presidents, your mayors, your governors, your elected officials, as they call them, they're not going to regard them. Because they see that these motherfuckers are bought and paid for by Amalek. Including Trump. Why do you think the MAGA is so quiet? And remember, this is only his 3rd month. This is only the third month he's been in office of his second term. And look how much chaos, look how much destruction this dude has brought. But this all through the spirit of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. I ain't gonna give Trump that much credit, because this is all the Lord's doing, man. This is a prophecy from YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. These are the scriptures. Ain't no other explanation, you know? And I read that already, but verse 17, let's read it again, because it's all about the plans and stuff. So it says in 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, man. So if you're out here trying to go somewhere and they say, yo, you're one of the flights that's been canceled, that means you can't go to the city you were trying to go to. So in part, that's the prophecies coming to pass. A man shall desire to go into a city and not be able. And then soon you're going to have martial law, then you're going to have checkpoints. But we're not even at that stage yet. We're just talking about recreational travel. But due to the TSA situation, where the TSA agents ain't getting paid, they're quitting. Now they got the ICE agents up in there. But now you got the whole issue with the fuel. That's why the Lord said them plagues. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Those plagues are a motherfucker. And that was, you know the expression, if it's not one thing, it's another. Well, that's one thing or another with fucking destroying this place. The Lord's gonna keep beating this place down, man. And then ultimately, the Lord's gonna have these nations, including their allies, shoot nuclear missiles over here on this soil. And then America be destroyed. And then the deliverance comes. Then that's when YAHAWASHI comes back. YAHAWASHI and the host of holy angels, man. And it's going to show that this is not a fictitious book. This is not some fantasy. This is real life. This is reality. The stuff written in the scriptures are coming to pass. There's no other religion, no other doctrine that has a prophecy and it's coming to pass. But yeah, man. So, hey, man, stay tuned, man, because this is going to get worse before it gets better, and it's not going to get better. See what I did there? It's not going to get better. Hey, it might get a little whatever, so people feel it's not that bad, but the way the Lord is doing it now, this place is terminally ill. That's why the Lord said, what? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Give her balm. Give her balm. Give her medicine. But what? The medicine is not going to work. It's terminal. This place is done. And we, like I said, we're only in this dude's third month in office of his second term. And he's already managed to damn near cause a whole total a bad shift in the oil industry. So now it's affecting everybody. Airlines, farmers, transportation, regular people, everything. Remember, everything, oil, that's how everything moves. You have to have oil to move something. All right? But, so with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKADASH. Double honors to the Apostles of Israel, a.k.a. the Apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and love to all the Akim. Continue preaching the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.